Yo, what's up, man? It's episode 5, Joey's podcast, man. I got Rambo the Don 333 back with me. What's up, Rambo?
Hey yo, what's up, man? We're back. We're back on this episode of Joey's podcast, man. Man, shit, we just chilling, man. We're just enjoying time right now, man. Killing time, enjoying life.
How
Uh,
you how you doing, Rambo? How's everything going?
hey, shit, man. I couldn't be more thankful to God, man. I wake up every day and thank God and keep a positive energy, a positive mindset. I every day I wake up, I say I reprogram my body, I reprogram myself. My conscience, my mind. I am good. I am humble. I am spectacular. I am rich.
All right, today we're gonna be talking about the truth in video games and movies. What do you think about that, Rambo?
Hey, man, it's your boy Rambo, man. Rambo the Don, man, right here. 333. Three. We just right here on games and movies. The truth about video games and movies is deep.
Like, do you think video games got inspired by the Bible and by like all like higher powers out there? What do you
Yeah,
think about that?
yes, games got to do a lot with the I think the Bible, but more like the the Sumerian tablets. That's what it is. The Sumerian tablets.
Okay, okay. And for the people that don't know about the Sumerian tablets, how would you describe it in like a quick response, in a quick, in
It's
one
some
with one
ancient
sentence?
it's ancient texts from Mesopotamia, from that area, 450 billion years ago and 250 million years ago. It tells you the story of these gods called the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki, those were gods that came from a star system, a planet called Nibiru,
Hey,
right?
so what do you think about the game of that game God of War? What do you think about that game? It has a lot of
It,
mythological figures and gods in that game.
God of War is more like a mythical game. It got different mythologies, different time time capsules, time lapse on
Time
the video.
period.
Yeah, time theory, bro. Like it's like it tells you about the God of War. Who is the God of War? Well, that God of War is basically us. To me, in my own world, in my own realm, is us because we destroy everything, right? So, with that being said, yes, this God fought. It got like the Greek, like more like the Spartan Greek mythology, where it got Zeus and Athena
Hey,
and
so do
other
you think?
gods of Greek mythology. But in these other games, oh, it got another game, and it's God of War, the Sisters of Time, or the Witches, or something like that. It's like three of them. And if you go back to it, we are in a spell of those witches to this day. Hey, I got the research and I got my documents on it, right? On those how we came into that spell of those witches. It's three of them, right? And then they got another mythology, which is what's the new game that God of War gods?
Oh, they
It's-
got it's called God of War Ridge of Rock or something like that.
yeah,
It's the new
and
one.
what mythology is it?
I don't know. I haven't played it like that. I just
Is
know
it?
it
Is
was
it?
fun.
No, we'll cut that off. Yes, is that game? I haven't played it. I know I played God of War. Where it had what was it? It was God of War. Where they got all these new Nordic gods, bro. It's Nordic
Hey,
gods, bro.
all right. So, what do you think about that game, Assassin's Creed? You know how it looks like it's back in the day and all that. Do you think that's how it really was at somewhere on this earth at one point in time? What do you think about that game?
That game. It's a pretty good game. I played I played that game Assassin's Creed a lot too. It is really about assassins, bro. They're still here. It's just like there's an elite of blacks, black magic and black sorcerers. They're elites of good. It's two types. It's two types of knowledge, right? The illuminated people, they're illuminated, but they want to do bad. They're illuminated. They got the knowledge and they got the power. But they're using the illumination in the wrong way. You know. So those assassins, those people, those anarchies are from way back, just like the game, way back in ancient times. That's why they got assassins that were in Egypt. They had assassins that were in Greek in different time periods. There were pirates and in the game, bro. It's a lot of knowledge, bro. Because if you think about it, these people were freedom fighters, as you could as you could see in the game. They were freedom fighters, bro. They were not trying to keep the. They were not trying to hide the truth, bro. They wanted the people to know all about the truth. And on these games, it tells you about like the pirates, bro. How they just went into the caravans and they took on ships, and they were going against the crown and against the church, and they were just robbing them. They were robbing them in plain sight, dude, on the ocean. It
I
was
uh
it was assassin.
I ain't never played that one. The pirate one. I think it's called Black Flag.
Yes,
So that's what
yes.
happened. That's what happens in the game.
And yes, these people were just literally, and they were like going into the islands of the Caribbeans and looking for all these ancient treasures that were there from the Aztecs and the Indians. You
I
get
did
it?
not know that.
These pirates were fighting for freedom because they knew that this new system was gonna change. Back then, it was free market, free shipping, free everything. You just, yes, it was just like freedom, bro. People will literally go from Europe all the way to America, get stuff, take it back, and sell it on their own goods. Until kings and queens lords started saying,
Yeah.
oh, taxation with no representation.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I gotta play. I gotta play all the. I only play Assassin's Creed One. I gotta look into all of them now.
And it's crazy because in that game it tells you about the Boston Tea Party and like all kinds of shit like that, bro.
Like
About
stuff
the
that really
American
happened in our
history.
history.
Yes, it tells you about the American history, bro. And each of these games tell you the history, like Assassin's Creed Egypt, bro. It tells you about the Egyptians. And then Assassin's Creed Rome, it tells you about Rome, Greece, and shit. And then that's how you start learning different mythologies. You know, Be, a lot of the knowledge that I had to do, it was because I realized that a lot of these games tell you the whole real mythology of how it went down. But since you're playing a game and you think it's a game because you're on a spell and you think you're in a game because you're cast in a game because this is a game, right? So if you're in a game playing and you realize that that game is the truth, but you don't know how to bring the truth out because it's a game, right? But in reality, you're not lost because once you realize that you are, I am awake and you wake up.
That's crazy. Hey, so like Mortal Kombat. There's a game I used to play called Mortal Kombat Armageddon, right? In Mortal Kombat Armageddon, you can go to like different realms. No, it's Deception. Mortal Kombat Deception. You play story mode, and they have like 7 realms, and then you'll be somewhere in the middle of the sky, and there'll be like 7 realms, and you travel through the universe.
I think I
What do you
don't
think
know.
about like Mortal Kombat? Do you think they got inspired about like the
Yeah,
higher
they got
beings and all that?
inspired more on the realms of beyond the ice wall. So without being said, conspiracy theories and entertainment purpose only. It's part of the podcast, man.
Yeah,
Nothing is real, right?
and
Nothing is
also
real.
all right, look, and also there's another Mortal Kombat game that I kind of remember. There's a newer one. It's called Mortal Kombat 11. They made a new god. I think they portray him as a god, but of old times. His name is Kodokan. He
Oh
looks like
yeah.
a he looks like a he looks like an Egyptian guy. And in the way that they put the game where it goes back in the day, and he's like the ruler of all of everything. It was like pyramids and all that, but he was a good god. He wasn't evil. The evil one is Shao Kahn, but they had made Kodo Khan. What's your thoughts of him? I don't know if you played the game and seen him, but like, what's your
Well, a
thoughts of
lot of
that?
these gods, man, these gods that are in video games. If you take these video games and you put it in yourself, and okay,
How accurate?
Kodakan, and the other one is what was the other name?
What?
Shao Kahn
Yes.
and Kodakan. Basically, they're brothers. One is good and one is evil. And think about it right now. It's in yourself. One part of you is good and one part of you is evil. Now you split them inside your mind and they're fixing to start fighting. Yes, yes, I seen that God. But that God is in within you. Why? Because one side of you is evil and one side of you is good. It's like God. He got Jesus Christ or Yeshua and he got Satan, right? And he got to get rid of one. You can't because if you have two kids, try to get rid of one because one is bad. You're not gonna do it.
All right, look. Okay, look, and I want to bring up another thing I noticed. Kind of, there's a
Yes.
game. There's a game franchise that, to be honest, I really love. I love this game. But then later on, when I did research, I don't got nothing against it, but I kind of like put stuff together. Okay, there's
What
a
is
game
that? What
called
is the game? Devil or
no.
Inferno?
Oh yeah, they got yeah. Let's talk about that, and we'll talk about mine next. Devil May Cry, right? No, Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno. That. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you feel
People.
about that? He's like a
Hey,
demon,
hey,
right?
people was on some. Yeah. I mean, it tells you the anarchy of the angels and Patronos and Seraphims and the
But
fight against good and evil.
how accurate do you think these games are? Do you think they're pretty accurate, or do you think they're like half and half, or do you think they
They,
did their research?
I think they're about a 80% to 90%. Remember, they're not gonna tell you the whole truth. They are gonna show you most of it. With like a 80%, 90%. I could
Damn,
say
Dante's
no. I
Inferno,
could
that's
say
a
a
good
eighty
one.
percent, just so you could reincarnate. They use probably the 80%. Maybe the 90. Who knows? I mean, if they want, no, probably they use the 90 because they probably 90% is gonna make you free, right? Because it's a nine. But yes, they use that, man. They use those things to so you can know, like so you could wake up. And they do it in movies too. They do it in movies more like you see that movie Monster Inc. and like yeah, what is it? What is it?
Yeah, Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc., right? Uh you see how these entities, these gods, these reptilians, these monsters, right? I mean, there's the God, and that's the God of the universe that is beyond everything. But these gods, they're in control of this realm, this earth. They got access to all your doors in your house and everything, right? Well, if you're not awake, they do. But if you're chosen and you're awake and you're woken, they don't have access to your house and doors. And this is not like just they can come in like that because you cannot see them. This is like a spirituality war. It's against like good energy and how bad juju's come into you and stuff like that. You got to get rid of a lot of things, bro. Detox your body, kill these parasites, fast, and practice your kundalini. Your kundalini is like one of the most. You gotta find that last chakra. Where you gotta kill every materialistic desire that you have on this realm. You know. So yes, Dante's Inferno. That's a pretty like good game, you know. Yes, it tells you a lot about the truth. And go back to the subject. Going back to the subject, yeah, these movies like Monsters Inc. They go in there, they scare you, they take your energy. Remember, they harvest the energy. They don't want that good energy from you. That's why you live your life in oppression, paying bills, eating bad food because it's cheaper. You're paying for electricity, water, and stuff like that. You're paying rent. Even when you buy your house, you come back and still pay taxes on your mortgage. So you basically never own your house. It's just they sell you a dream all your life, man. And a lot of
Okay.
these games and movies, they tell you to wake up, but since they're games and movies and you're on a spell, because remember, they use spelling on us, you don't wake up and you just don't realize, you know, like Shrek movie, right? Shrek movie. And I'm telling you about DreamWorks, how the moon is just a harvest, soul system, right? Because the moon is just like a machine. And they got a little kid on top of the moon, just boom, throwing a little rod, right? And just catching stuff, you know? They're catching souls, man. They're soul catchers. You know, they feed off your energy, right? And it tells you,
Crazy.
Shrek. Like Shrek got stabbed with an arrow on the butt. And in that butt, they I don't know, he's looking for the donkey. Donkey is looking for a flower, right? And that flower is I don't know. I've seen some conspiracy theories and documentaries and entertainment purpose only about. It says Shrek, blue flower. It's something with blue flower, right? And it's called lithium blue, right? But I really don't. I haven't done a lot of research on it because my research is more on my. You know, I'm not trying to cheat nothing. Eh,
But that's crazy, right? They put in all this like all
Yeah,
this
so you
stuff
can
in
know. And
movies
then
and
when Shrek,
games, and we
he's like,
just
"Please, Shrek, don't die." And if you see a white tunnel, do not go in it. So he's telling you that if you cross that white tunnel, you're gonna reincarnate. So Donkey's telling Shrek, do not go into it. You gotta understand, bro. Before light, God was it was darkness, you know? So why is you gonna go to that light if the God that you know that it's in us, it was darkness before anything, right? Because it's just you make your own reality. And the day that you realize that you don't want to create this reality that you're creating, if you're having a bad reality, you create good reality and you wake up because you are what you create and you speak what you create and what you create you're gonna do and what you do you create, right?
uh,
So with that being said, we're creators. You know, it's a lot of things, bro. It's just in movie. You know, it tells you abracadabra, right? What's the meaning of that term? So it means that what you speak, you create. So you gotta understand that, bro. There's things, there's spellings, there's alphabets, it's geometry, right? It's like everything is a square. Your house is a square. Your bed is a square. Uh,
hold on,
the
Rambo. We gonna save the square theory for another video. But hold on, not to cut you off, man. I want to go over one more game before we wrap this up. I just want to tell you about it, about my opinion. Okay,
let me
there's a
know.
game called Gears of War. Have you heard of
Woo!
it? Have you played it?
I was about to. Damn.
Okay, hold on, hold
That's how
on,
we
hold on.
know we're connected
Okay,
because
hold
I
on, hold
thought
on,
about
hold
it
on,
too.
hold on. I'm gonna tell you my opinion about it, then, and you can tell me yours. Okay, let,
Yes.
let me show you something. Just let me show you something. Okay, here's a picture, right? It's basically like an army man and like an alien bad guy, right? Look. So I want to know your opinion on this. Look. So tell me why on the game is a bunch of army men, right? Basically, they're army men, right? And they're at war. They're at war with a race of people. Guess what their name is? They're called the Locusts. Dude, I kind of think that game is based on Revelations, bro. How the locusts in the Bible, how it says the locusts come and destroy everything and they're big and all that. I feel like this game is based off the people who is not gonna get picked up at the end of time, and they're fighting off all the demons and locusts that come to the earth. What do you think about that? Because that's how it is in the game.
It got inspired. I haven't played it, but like the way that you depict it to me right now, it could tell me that the so these people that are fighting these things in the game is those people that are chosen, and they survive. But these demons now, they're once it breaks, they're gonna come in, right? So that's when you start knowing about frequency and bells, boom, boom, boom. These entities can't accept that because we are part of God's creation, and it's just gonna keep on and on and on and on. And at the end of the day, we are. So we are gotta make a change for the universe, there's good realms after Antarctica. There's other realms. Those are like the seven realms and nine realms that you talk about, that you're talking about in those games, right? And these beings come, right? These locusts come, and you got to fight them out. And that's what I think it will probably happen in the future. But that's just a theory. That's just conspiracy. That's just my world, like my what I'm analyzing and stuff like that. What's going on the internet. And yes, that game is pretty deep, man.
All right, man. Well, shit. A lot of people play games, man. This might open a lot of people's ears, man, that play games. So we gonna wrap it up, man. This was a great podcast, man. Is there any last words you want to say, Rambo?
That movie is a message, right? And share, follow my page, Instagram. I'm just trying to spread the truth and knowledge, and just remember, conspiracy theories and entertainment purpose only. We're just learning about what's going on in the internet, but just remember that movie guy, right? How he
I had to
was,
watch that movie.
yeah, he was just programmed, right? And finally he woke up and he broke out of that programming. He didn't have his same routine no more. He didn't did the same things that he used to do. And once he broke out of that program, he got a lot of money. He retired, right? He just freed himself and he changed the world. Wake up. I am. I am good. Know that I am inside you. You are a representation of God. You are a representation, most of all, of the universe. So I am love and I am humble. And just use your I ams for good. And any I ams that are bad in you, disintegrate them. Talk to Mother of the universe and Father of the universe and say, please disintegrate these demons inside me. These I ams that are bad in me, disintegrate them. And just reprogram yourself to the good I ams. I am good. I am love. You know?
All right, y'all heard the man. Everybody, y'all go follow
Yeah,
Rambo the
man. Just
Don 333 on Instagram. Y'all go follow me at Jose24K, JOZAE24K on Instagram. And we'll go see y'all next time. All right, then, Rambo.